going on, everyone? I don't know why I'm doing this thing with my hand. It's been a decent start to September. We're seeing a lot more runners and gappers every single morning. So we're gonna talk about my trades today on AMC, NIO, Lucid, as well as my only loser on the day, which is Alibaba. So we're gonna start with a loser on the day first, which is Alibaba. I was more interested on the long side, and this thing just completely flopped. I was looking at long around the 177s, and you can see I got in long. A little bit too heavy for my liking, maybe shouldn't have gotten that heavy, but it didn't work. You can see it just completely tanks below the 177s level, and that's an important area on the daily chart, right? 177s right here, and that's the reason after it tanked, I did flip short, but I was a lot bigger on the long side. I flipped short and made some money back, covered into the flushes. Basically, once it breaks down that 177's level, then all the bounces to test that level, if it's failing, which it did at the open, then we have a gap fill area all the way down to potentially prior day's close. So I got in short here, shorted a little pops here. After I got out of my long for a loss, I re-shorted, and over here 176, covered into flushes, and I re-added some shorts, and I was all out of the shorts here. I did try to get in long here, and that didn't work, and I scalped it short. But overall, I made money on the short side on Alibaba, but it's net negative because I lost on the long side. So not a good trade, especially after it just broke down the 177s. These Chinese stocks have been undergoing a lot of pressure, and I was looking for finally a bounce. Yes, we have had a bounce, I guess, the last 2 weeks or so, but I think I'm looking for the big move, potentially to 180s or even 190s. I don't know if that's going to happen. It's not looking that great because every time it gaps up, it just sells off the entire gap. So today is not the day it bounces. You can see it's probably gonna test prior day's close and potentially even below, right? Okay, now with a loser out of the way, I can talk about my winners on the day. So AMC on the long side is my biggest winner on the day. I wasn't convinced of the long until the stock went red to green. So you can see today I actually sold off the small gap pre-market from 44 all the way down to $42.40. I did go in and long it, but when I'm longing these stocks that's red on the day, it's always like little scalps only. So it was just little scalps here and there. I got long here 42.80, sold into here 43.30s. Most of it, I still have remaining shares. I got out here, relonged it here around like 42.90s, selling into the pops, and relonged it here 42.80s, and I sold into the spike. But after I got out of that initial spike, I realized, wow, look at this volume, right? When you're trading stocks like AMC, you want to look at the volume and whether it's a volume breakout. It doesn't matter if it's a candlestick breakout to, let's say, 43.50s. If there wasn't enough volume to support the following buying pressure, then the stock would have rejected that prior day's close and slammed right back down. So that's the reason I use volume indicator down here, and as well as VWAP. I don't use them as entry points, but I use them as a gauge to look at whether this is real buying pressure coming in or just, like a little volatility spike and go back down. Because AMC has done that many times in the past. So the strength of the pop of the move to go red to green is gonna be determined by the volume. So I saw the volume come in, so that's where I got interested in the actual trade setup, which is the red to green move for, a potential breakout from 43.70s all the way potentially to 44.80s and $45. That's, almost 1 point move right there. Well, actually, it's more than 1 point move. I can't do math. So that's the reason I got in actually long, trying to build a full size now. I'm no longer scalping for these like little bounces anymore. That's where I got in long starter. I do want to sell into the push for first 44.10s. And once I see that, you can see this dip right here to 43.70s. A lot of times you'll see these stocks going from red to green, and they pull back to test that prior day's close area first, which it did here. You can see after that 44.10s breakout, it pulled back to 43.70s. That's why I got in long, saying that it's holding above the prior day's close area. And the volume was still very decent. You can see down here, the selling volume did not outweigh the buying volume. So that's why I got back in, built a full size. I'm really happy about my entry. So I got in long here, 43.90s, $44. Nice, just decent full size. I'm no longer scalping at this point. And on the spike, I sold in the push, $44.70. And up here, 44.80s, $45, that's where I got out. I wanted to wait for $45, but I didn't like the look of these wicks up here, right? 44.90s, what's the high of the day? I didn't like that, there's some rejection, so I just sold it. Still, decent little trade from 43.70s, added here, up here, 43.90s and $44. Got out around $44.70. And you can see after I got out, right, good thing I did take my profit on this trade because you can see all the wicks here, and the stock could no longer retest the highs and just slam back down to all the way to where I came from $43.70. So that's the importance of, sure, the entries are important when you're trading these stocks, but the exits are just as important, right? You don't want to outstay your welcome. Sure, my price target was, ideally $45, but we didn't get there today, but maybe we'll get there tomorrow, hopefully. The next stock I traded on the short side is LCID, Lucid Motors. This one used to be CCIV when it was at one time trading at $60. I remember back then I was trading it, and this stock was very, very retail crowded, and I know a lot of people got stuck up there at $60. And at the same time, I got so much crap for trading it back then because everyone was saying it's going to $100. But it's all the way back here at $18 now. So didn't quite hit the $100 price target. I was not, investing in the stock. I was just trading it. And that was my entire plan today as well. I'm just trading it. So yesterday you had a huge gap down on the stock from $20 down to $16. You can see this huge sell-off yesterday, and a lot of volume traded yesterday because of the pipe lockup is expired. So that means a lot of early investors who got in at discounted price, they are finally allowed to sell and take their profit. So that's the whole reason this thing gapped down huge yesterday. So today, if you look at the way it traded yesterday, yesterday's highs was this 1840s area. And that was the area it gapped out to pre-market. So if it had broken out and held above it, then that would have been, a potentially long setup. But you can see this double top right here around 1870s. This turned out to be just a little short scalp for me. Because I saw the stock breaking out from 1840s to 1870s. Once that thing slowed down, that's why I got in short right here, 1860s. When I'm doing these like little scalps, just like my AMC long trade, when I'm just doing those scalps, the position sizing is a lot smaller because I'm just scalping for the quick move. So got in short 1870s. I missed this cover down to $18. This is like 70 cents within like 20 seconds. It was so fast. I was watching AMC and Alibaba at the time, so took my eyes off it. I came back, it's bounced. So on this bounce to VWAP 1840s, I actually added into my shorts, and I covered most of it into the 1820s, and I was out all of it around 1830s and just got out the rest of it for the scalp at 1840s. You can see this thing did go back and retest the highs, but couldn't break above it and just slammed back down to $18 over here. And now the volume is a little bit too low to trade. But I was just looking for a little scalp. It would have been nice if it had broke out above the high of the day, and then it can actually go to 19 and even 1980s or $20. But not today. Today is just kind of like an inside day. It's just kind of really choppy now. But yeah, that's my trade on the short side for Lucid Motors. The next stocks also turned out to be a little scalp. You guys can see I like to have two main watches. In this case, for me today was AMC long and Alibaba long for a loss and then short. And then the two little side watches was kind of NIO on the long side and Lucid Motors on the short side. So NIO today, you can see I only got in for like scalp size. I was looking for a big move to $41, which it did. It took forever. Like it took forever for me to make even 30 cents on the stock. You can see today is the day it broke out above this $40 area on the daily. So I think it was near the end of the day yesterday that they have partnership with Lotus, the news for NIO, and also it's been very beaten down with the rest of the Chinese stocks. So today I saw a huge rally above. You can see it broke above yesterday's highs and prior couple of days highs. So this is a daily breakout. Okay, it's time for our Q&As. The first question is from Zebro. He's asking if there is enough liquidity to hold positions after 12 o'clock. So basically noon, lunchtime. And he noticed that the trading volume drops a lot. So a lot of traders walk by lunchtime, and it's for good reasons. I do the same thing. I usually like to stop trading by like 11:30 or even 12 o'clock and take a break until I come back in the afternoon for power hour. And that's because a lot of times you get actions like this, like on NIO is a perfect example. Even though this happened before 12 o'clock, you just get these like kind of choppy action where it's not really breaking out and it's not really breaking down. And if that's the case, you just end up, a lot of times when I trade during midday, lunchtime, I just end up losing money and giving back profits that I had made already at the open. There's good reasons why a lot of traders take a break for at least 2 or 3 hours for lunch. And this is exactly it. You want to protect yourself from being stuck in low liquidity stocks and stocks that's just not moving or range bound. So that's why I really recommend you should really track what time you make the most money and what time you lose the most money. And you'll find out that if you just stop trading and walk away, let's say at 11:30 or 12 o'clock, you would probably be more profitable that way. So hopefully that answer helps some of you guys out. It's just as important to know how to keep your profits from trading as it is how to make it. A lot of people will make a lot of money early on and gradually lose everything midday or afternoon, especially in the summer. This is very important to know. And that's the reason when I film these videos, it's usually after 12 o'clock Eastern time, because it protects my trading account from me. If I go back and trade midday, I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose money. If you have any more questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the bad jokes. If you want to see more day trading content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. If you'd like to trade with me daily and get my free weekend watch list and trading journal, make sure to check out the links below for more resources. Stay green, stay positive, and I'll see you guys next time.